We heard from Jim White in the last hour. Jim Watt in the last hour. He tipped Khan to win on points. Jim White said the same thing as well, by the way. What is the feeling amongst the rest of the media?
Yeah, not just the media. It's interesting to speak to or look at the views of hardcore fans. I very often go on the BoxRec website where a lot of the hardcore boxing fans post, and they had a very interesting poll. They offered 4 outcomes to this fight. They had a Khan victory by knockout, a Khan victory on points, and a Kotelnik victory by those 2 routes as well. The most popular result amongst these very hardcore boxing fans was a Khan victory on points. About 37% of the voters went for that. But at 32%, and the second most popular outcome, if you like, certainly when I cast my vote, was a Kotelnik victory by knockout. And a lot of expert opinion that I've gauged over the build-up to this fight think a Kotelnik victory, perhaps in the later rounds, is a very likely outcome. But certainly the media think this is certainly not a foregone conclusion. They see it as a 50-50 fight.
I think it's going to go the distance, but I fancy Khan to win it because of his youth, his vitality, his aggression, and also the extra pace and the punching power, which Kotelnik's going to find it very hard to deal with.
I don't see it as that hard to call. I think there are question marks over Khan. As we saw against Prescott, I think Khan should be too quick for him. I think style-wise it's a very good match-up for Amir.
I think there'll almost be an old Ricky Hatton approach attached to this of Khan getting into the body and wearing him down that way, and hopefully Khan taking him.
I think that will be his plan, is to take Khan into the later rounds and maybe even try to stop him, but whether he's got the power to do that, I'm not so sure.
Yeah, so the media certainly can foresee scenarios whereby Kotelnik could have had success in this fight, perhaps cause Khan a lot of trouble, take him into deep water, maybe in the later rounds, win this fight. And it's interesting in the way it's been promoted that it's been cast as a Amir Khan versus Andreas Kotelnik fight, whereas Kotelnik's the champion. Typically it should be Kotelnik versus Khan. We saw Khan the other day dressed up in that crown and robes. He hasn't had his coronation yet. Andreas Kotelnik is still very much the king, the WBA light welterweight king at the moment. Khan has got to rip that crown away.
Cheers, Craig. Thank you very much. And we'll be back to Manchester throughout the course of the afternoon, the big build-up to the huge fight. Khan, the man who would be king. He's up against Kotelnik tomorrow night, Sky Box Office. Channel 743. It's also available in HD as well, 752, the channel for that. If you want to get in touch, you can 08442 410 888 if you want more information on that fight.